What it do, y'all? It's your brother man from the motherland coming to you guys live from the NY, back with another one of that ROD pod. For those that don't know who I am him, Junes the NBIC. And of course, you know I represent that RODs, the top of the top. You know we outside getting ready to start this day. Hope everybody had a beautiful weekend. Mine was cool, calm, and collective. Nothing more but to respect it. But we out here. You heard? Decided to come on early in the AM to talk to you guys real quick, nothing crazy, just having a quick dialogue. And that dialogue is this: why are we, the Alkebulan kidnaps, are arguing about European gods and beliefs? Why are we? Now, I find it kind of ironic that a lot of times, you know, people that supposedly been awoken, that's in this truth, tend to, you know, try to discredit other people that's not bringing forth their beliefs, right? So earlier today, I seen something of a man posting, what's the man's name, Joshua or something, but he's the Alkebulan that be speaking all over the place. Him, Professor Smalls, another individual, and then it basically says when Pan-Africans are being controlled by Western whatever. So I had to comment. I said, wait, so you're jumping the gun about what Black people is doing, and because it's not in line with what you're teaching, it's automatically deemed wrong and evil, and they're being bought by westernized people. Listen, look, check this out, people. You can't say that when you're using the westernized book, a westernized book that's historically proven that it was forced upon our people. It wasn't freely 99. It wasn't what it is right now. It wasn't you can walk into a bookstore or a library or any religious organizations and say, you know what, I want to read this. I want to participate in this. I want to follow this. No. It wasn't that. Okay? It was forced. So for that individual to write what he wrote, and it's like, fam, you don't even sound legit, because in reality, if you think about what is being said, how can you stand on one thing on one side and then flip to the other side? Okay? The book is just as dangerous as the so-called Pan-Africans. Okay, just as dangerous. You saying, oh, they're being funded by the Western. Guess what? You're reading the Western book. Now what? So now why are we still arguing about European gods again? Why are we still arguing about European beliefs? I don't care what you're telling me. The beliefs that you're following is something that was given unto you. This is not oral tradition. This is not something that you can trace back thousands of years. You cannot trace it back. You cannot trace commandments being kept in the land prior to 1800s, 1900s. You cannot find any recollection of people keeping such things. You can't find any recollection of people knowing who Jesus is, knowing who Yah is. You're not going to find none of these things. When you speak to people that's not colonized, when you speak to people that's not under the Euro-Christian, what you call, what was it, neo-colonialism, when you look to those people that has not been affected by that poison, you will see that they don't participate in anything that's European. They don't know nothing about Jesus. They don't know nothing about Christianity. They don't know nothing about no Islam. They don't know nothing about one God. They don't know nothing about these feast days. They don't know nothing about these practices that's going on. These people don't know nothing. The only people that knows anything pertaining to the Biblos are those that was colonized. So are we still going to be arguing about this? Don't you see that these three faiths are the ones that's literally our fate? These three faiths, these three Faith is literally our FATE. Let me say that again. These FAITH are literally our FATE. This is literally our faith. This is why we're dying. This is why we're suffering. This is why the land is how it is. This is why we're divided. This is why we're arguing. This is why we can't think logical. This is why we lost common sense. This is why we lost each other. This is why we lost unity. This is why we lost the community. This is why we embrace foolery. This is why, because of these three religions, we still thinking that it's faith that we are receiving. In reality, we are determining our fate. FATE. We are dying at a fast rate. We are being buried, or we are following their rituals. When we do die, we either going into a mosque. Oh, the body must be washed and cleansed within 3 days. Or you deal with this Judaism where you see a whole bunch of Hebrews and everybody want to put fringes on and sing all of these Hebrewic songs and all of this madness. And then lo and behold, the best for last, Christianity, you're going to be buried in front of a Jesus, in front of a white pope, in front of a white altar, in front of all the angels in the clouds are all on the ceiling. You're going to see all of that. You're going to see all of that when we die. You're sealing your fate inside of this madness. You're sealing your faith. I just felt entitled to tell you that. So are we still going to be arguing this? Can you show me or provide me any level of beneficent information that came with this thing? Can you show me how it made us better individuals? Can you show me how it made us loving, caring individuals? Can you show me how it helped refix, repackage, restructure, reorganize Alkebulan? I'll wait for it. Brothers still want to argue. I post something on IG or TikTok, there's always going to be a Christian or a Hebrew or somebody that's going to talk pure nonsense that can't back nothing that they're saying. And again, you should see the comebacks. The comebacks be like, yo, Jesus, his name is not Jesus, according to Matthews. He that does not believe. And it's like, yo, fam, okay, check this out. Can you prove everything that you're telling me? See, what you're telling me is a belief that you believe in and feel entitled to have me believe in that as well. That if my freedom, my salvation, my entry into heaven has to go under your guidelines, has to go under your leadership. So you are the keys. So you are the Jesus right now. You are the keys, the light. No man gets to the Father but through you, because you believe that you're following Christ, and I have to fall suit to that. Yeah. Okay. So when we argue about these things, we argue about how Jesus is the truth. We argue about how Messiah is the truth. We argue about these things. We argue. And the same people that's doing the arguing don't know nothing about Africa. When are we going to stop arguing about European gods? Just because you changed the name and in your mind you changed the image, you said it was a black man. It was a black man from the tribe of Judah. Every black religious organization says the same thing. He was a black man from the tribe of Judah. The Alkebulan people are also, the Bantu people are also believing in the 12 tribes chart. The Levites, the Haitians. I said, whoa, hold on. I thought we was in Hebrews. Listen, I can't make this stuff up, bro. I cannot make this stuff up. This is literally what we're doing. We're sitting here arguing, fighting amongst each other, determined to prove that what I know is better than yours. What I believe in is the true belief, and what you're following is hell and damnation. And it's all information given unto us by the oppressor. All information given unto us by the oppressor. When are we going to realize and see, wait, hold on, this don't make no sense. This is all about division. We're being divided. We're being, our culture is being genocided. Like, it's a complete genocide taking place within our culture. And I'm on them gonna ask me, hey Joe, how you feel? That's how I feel. I'm watching how religion is literally removing black people from anything that's black every single day. I see black people striving to be better Muslims. I see black people striving to be better Hebrews. I see black people striving to be better Christians. I don't see no black person striving to be a better Alkebulan. I don't see a black person striving to fix Alkebulan. I don't see black people striving to even go back home to Alkebulan. Why is that? Because we're still sitting here arguing about Euro-Christian ideology. You know why? Because we want to be genetically modified Europeans. We are the genetically modified Europeans. And the moment we started doing that, we lost ourselves. And when we lost ourselves, we have been being destroyed ever since. And guess what these people is doing? They're taking full advantage. They're putting everything out there to ensure that you guys remain genetically modified Europeans. And one of the number one tools they're going to use will be and always will be religion. Jesus will be thrown at you. And then when Jesus is thrown at you and you're like, oh man, I should get on my knees and pray on Sunday, then you're going to see a Hebrew that's going to come on you on a Wednesday to prepare you to come be around them on a Saturday. And if that's not enough, and then the following Saturday, you might see another person with another religion, whether it's Islam, and they're going to come and they're going to put something before you and say, this is why you should follow this. This is where salvation is. This is where truth is. You don't want to be judged. You don't want judgment. I find it crazy that these three religions are the three religions that promotes judgment and hellfire and all of this. But these same three core religions was all forced upon the Alkebulan people. All forced. Okay? Islam took over the north of Africa. Christianity took over the bottom of Africa. And Judaism is a mixture of Christianity and Islam put together. You're going to pray just as much. You're going to believe in just as much. And you're going to want to follow a man that's perceived to be him, because he was either spoke to Gabriel or Gabriel spoke to the mother and brought forth a child, and voila, here you go, a savior, a man that you black people should be following and inspired to be just like. But when you realize, when you do your studies, you realize that this man was nothing but a Charles Manson in the in those century times. Just a Charles Manson. So Charles Manson, yo, how dare you talk like that? Hey, I could show you in the Biblos where Jesus told you that you're gonna have to choose. And if you put man before me, I'm not gonna put you before the Father or something like that. It tells you that I come to divide. I come with a sword. I come to divide the house. Man should be divided from their sons, mothers from daughters. Put everything down and follow me, and let's and gather and gather the lost sheep. Follow me. Put everything down and come become fisherman, batebai of mandem. Huh? That's not me saying this. It's not me saying this. This is all written within your book. All written. Love not the things of this world or anything in it. So if my children that's in this world don't know nothing about religion, I can't love them. And if I love them, then the love of the Father is not in me. If I love my children to the point where I want to participate in their activities, or Saturday they got a basketball game and I know I should be home, but I decided to go chill with them. You know that's considered yeah. Mm-hmm. So why are we arguing again? I'm still trying to put the pieces to the puzzle. We're arguing because we're fighting with each other because can you prove what you're fighting for? If the book is our book, can you show us the original manuscript? Oh, you don't have access to that. So what made you come to the conclusion that this is our book? Because of Deuteronomy chapter 28? Because of Genesis chapter 13? That's not enough information, bro. Because he went south and then he went down to Mamre, and then the place of Mamre was literally put together in 1904. It doesn't add up, sir. Now you're gonna say that we spoke Hebrew and Hebrew was our language and it was removed and etc. That's bullshit. The Hebrew language should still be spoken in Africa right now. It should not just be the Igbo people. The Hebrew language should be spoken of right now. The Hebrew language should have made its way to America right now. Don't tell me that these niggas got the Hebrew beaten out of them and they forgot. That's bullshit, my nigga. Come on, stop. The stiff-necked people, you got to make that make sense. Bullshit, stop. No Hebrew spoken in any plantation here in America, here in the Caribbeans. You're not gonna find any black Hebrew speaking people ever in no plantation. But you saying that you are the Hebrews. Okay, so speak to me in Hebrew. Show me somebody that could speak Hebrew. I'm talking about fluent Hebrew. I'm talking about these people came before you right now and started talking. You will understand every word that they were saying. If we was to drive in Eastern Parkway right now, we go into a Jewish community, all these Hebrew writings, you should be able to understand. And remember, it goes from right to left, don't left from right. You should be able to understand it. This is facts, people. We're arguing about European gods and we can't prove absolutely nothing. There's not a single black person that can prove it. Another question that I have for the Hebrews, and I was going to make that alive too. Are we Israelites by blood or by the book? Because if you're saying that you are Israelite by blood, it has to be, you have to first have Israelite blood to prove or show that your blood matches that blood. But the only way for you to be able to do so, you first will have to get a character within the Biblos, dig into their, into their tomb, right? Take some body part, bone marrow, whatever. Take something, put it under the microscope. You hear me? Put it under the microscope and get some level of information, so we can justify, prove that we are the so-called descendants of the so-called children by blood. We will be the people by blood, not by conversion, not by diversion, not by solution, not by confusion. We will literally be, and we know without a shadow of a doubt, like, nah, we carry that blood. But not a single Hebrew can do that. None of these niggas got access to it. And when you bring it up, it gets quiet. See, when you ask questions like that, it gets quiet. There's no rebuttal, because the rebuttals wasn't manuscripted to answer questions like that. It wasn't. It was always to be based on faith and belief. Logic, when it gets too logical, they're gonna tell you biological, or he's biologically infested with demons. Stay away. That's what they do. That's what they do. These three religions, and we still arguing about it. When are we going to have the conversations about Alkebulan power, Alkebulan love, real love? I'm talking about that real love. When are we going to start having conversation about that? When are we going? Let me see if I can find it for you. Let me see if I can find it. Give me a second. Let me pull this up. Let me see if I can find it. See if I can find it. I'm gonna share my screen with you guys. They got Haitians in France right now marching and protesting, demanding that France give Haiti the $21 billion they had to pay in reparation prices. So it's like a big outcry right now within the Haitian community out in France. But I'm a dive deep, because when you read the Black Law book, I want you guys to understand. Look, I would show my face, but it's early in the morning and I'm tired. Look, check this out. When you get the Black Dictionary, the Black Law Dictionary, and when you look up these so-called countries, especially the ones that's run by Europeans and was established through so-called man labor, when you look into that, right, you will see that first, that the mass majority of these places that you call countries are not countries. They are so-called corporations. Okay? Now, the places that have corporations, or consider corporations, what is the definition to have a corporation? The definition of a corporation is a business, that owns slaves. Let me say it again. It's a business that owns slaves. America, it's a corporation. France, corporation. These areas is corporations. So all this protesting and marching and doing this is not gonna do nothing. You see, the Haitians, the Haitian revolutions, the Haitians that was there, they knew that. They knew that marching wasn't gonna do shit. They knew that, begging and pleading, because they didn't care when they was in your space removing you. We did the begging, the pleading, the asking for some positive human solution. They can care less for that. So if they can care less for that, then what makes you think they're going to care now? And now the artillery, the bombs, the planes, the aircrafts, they're not just riding around in ships. They got what they need to just destroy anything and anyone in any condition, how they want to, any given Sunday. So why are we protesting? I want you guys to know, when you protest, it makes you look even weak. White people sit at their tables and laugh at you and say, look at these stupid niggers still marching and protesting, and they're going to do this and nothing is going to be done. I'm going to show you. Let me show you something, man. I know I got off track, but I want to show you guys something. Let me share my screen with you. Let me share my screen. Did I share it? Okay. All right, look. My screen is being shared. Let's put it on Safari. Let me zoom it up like that. Hold on. This is my Instagram. I want to show you guys something. Oh, it's right here. This is our culture. Look. The Girio Festival in Chad. Now, Alkebulan, that's been indoctrinated by European philosophies, will see that and call that demonic. They say that is so evil. This nigga Junior, he's trying to convert us back to the devil. Let me show you something. Why you guys can't hear this? This man got 102 children. Polygamy was all through Alkebulan. 12 wives. Let's play it again. Oh, that's why the sound was off. Oh, look. 12 wives gave this man 102 children. 12 wives. 12 wives, people. 12 wives. 102 children. And it's not even a big deal. You know why? Because again, this is our customs. This is our culture. Don't let these people fool you and tell you anything different. I was gonna make a live and tell you the reason why so-called men cheat, right? The reason why men cheat is because we're following Western ideology. Men is supposed to have multiple wives. It's just what it is. It's genetically, bro. It's just what it is. God made us produce. We are production agencies. We produce at all costs at a high rate. 12 wives gave him 102 children. And all those children is with him, got a diary. Solomon has 700 wives. That means he had over how many amount of children? And we can trace not one. We can't even trace 100. Give me 100. But yet we still arguing about this. We're still arguing about Euro-Christian gods. European gods we're still arguing about. European royalty we're arguing about. We're fighting. And it can't be proven. Just prove it. Prove one thing. Don't give me locations, bro. You're not going to give me locations. That tactic will not work with me. You're not going to use that tactics with me. Okay? We know how those names and areas was created. We know who's doing it. You're not going to tell me a Alkebulan speaking land, a Alkebulan speaking land that speaks Isikosa, that had absolutely nothing connected to English until the colonization, until the Berlin Conference, until these things had absolutely nothing to do with Christianity, nothing to do with English, excuse me, is now gonna find English cities, writings, words that you can find in the English Bible, not the Isikosa, not the Alkebulan, not an African Bible, but an English speaking Bible. You're gonna now find English cities in Africa. Yeah. See, when I see stuff like this is when I know the Bible is overtaking the minds of the people. Yeah, because I was there. I was there. Till I started doing more and more and more studies. I said, okay, let's put the locations aside. Let's put that to the side because it's easy to pinpoint locations. It's easy to do that. It's easy to do that when I know that this was literally interjected and I found and I got all the information to prove this. Cool. Let's leave locations out the way. Let's focus on the characters because it's the characters that's being used to, I guess, reconstruct the minds of the people. Okay, fine. So let's focus on the characters. Now, we all know that Jesus was risen and that this where he was buried, he was hung, he was this, he was that. We know all of that. Okay, cool. So we can't go based on the characters of Jesus because we know he was resurrected, he was risen again, etc. So we can't go based on that. Let's go based on where was he murdered at. Now there was like he was murdered right here. Let's go there directly. I want to see the place directly. I need to see the place directly. Let's go there and sit there and look at this place directly. All right, cool, cool, cool. So let's take Jesus out the way. Since we love arguing about European gods, let's take Jesus out the way. Show me where show me where Paul was murdered. Show me where Paul was buried. Show me that with Peter. Show me that with Matthews. Show me that with Mark. Show me that with Luke. Show me that with John. Show it to me. Show me Mencindese's family. Trust me, people. Trust me. Let's just think logical here. Somebody with such power on the earth, did such miracles on the earth, and had family, oh, best believe the family members will be remembered to this day. But yet the Alkebulans can't provide that. Okay, cool. No problem. Let's go back a bit. And let's go back to the royalties. You know, we had plenty of kings before the coming of Jesus. Had plenty of kings. Where are these kings buried? Why, when I look up the Israelite kings' burials, they only give me David and Solomon? What about the king of the northern kingdoms? Where are they buried at? This cave that you said that there was placed in, where's this cave located at? Because the cave in Mambre is literally a night resort where people was in there turned up, getting high and drunk off alcohol. So where is that at? Now I know you're not gonna tell me it's in the Middle East. Don't tell me that they took it from Africa and brought it to the Middle East. Don't tell me that. Because if you're gonna tell me that, then we might as well keep the story in the Middle East. See, the worst thing that these people done was make me put my focal points in Africa. I say this all the time. The worst thing that you could have done was to do that. You guys was better off telling us that we came from the Middle East, because that would be more believable than the story that you're bringing into Africa, because it doesn't add up. You want me to just believe this again. We want me to believe the story that's in the book and overlook the oral history that's on the land. So you want me to believe a story in a book and reject the oral history in the land. So the Benin Kingdom, I have to just put that to the side. Mansa Musa and his lineage, I have to put that to the side. I have to put everything that the Zimbabwe, the Zulu kingdoms, the Ghana kingdom, the Bahomey kingdoms. I got all these kingdoms I have to put to the side and keep my focus on David and Solomon. That cannot be proven to this very fucking day. And when you say, nah, I don't want to do that, you're considered a demon. You're ostracized, criticized, and it's being done by those that say they are the followers and the messengers of God. When the Bible said that if a man is suffering, pray over him, pray for him to be redeemed. This is what's in your book. But these same niggas that's telling you pray are the ones like, don't listen nor follow or have communication with that brother. Leave him alone. This is supposed to be people in the so-called truth. Yeah, miss me with that. And we still arguing about Euro-Christian ideology? When are we going to go outside and dance some Alkebulan rituals? With that being said, people, it's your brother, man, from the motherland, man. I came to you guys live. You know what it is. You know who this is. You know I am him, Mr. Keep Foots on Next. No disrespect. We just got no time for the rejects, yeah? So, Please, if it's your first time, I hope it's not your last time. If it's your second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth time, that means I'm still on your mind. That means we still on that grind because it's about that time. Time for what? Time for you niggas and you niggerettes to go get yours because Jones, the Alkebulan kidnap, is on the journey to go get his. Are you dumb? How are you dumb? Listen to the ancestors say it one time for the one time.
Are you dumb?
And I'ma holler at y'all.